Alright, time for a Kindred beginner's guide. Yeah, Kindred's been requested quite a bit, so here we are. Beginner's guide to Kindred. This is a lower ELO game. This game is around like silver-ish somewhere, so you guys are aware. Now, first off, I'm against the Garen jungle, which is okay. I can kind of kite him until he gets the Stride Breaker. Until that time, invading him is gonna be rather difficult, so I'm not gonna play for that. You don't have to play for that. I have Conqueror here instead of Press the Attack, which some of you might wonder why. The reason I do that is because Conqueror just skills better than Press the Attack, and since it's more of a beginner's type of situation, with Press the Attack you have to play very aggressive into the enemy jungler to actually make that pretty worth it, or just aggressive in general, because it's more of an early game rune to make that early game better. And if you don't really play for the early game, which I'm not really going to, then Conqueror is better. So, yeah. Alright, initially here, you just want to kite it as much as possible to wherever your bot lane's gonna walk. Try to avoid the damage. And then we kite it back up, because I am gonna go for like a reverse clear on this champion. So right here, do red, we're instantly running to blue. We do blue Gromp, and then raptors in, or sorry, wolves into raptors, and then we can look for a scuttle. Whichever one gets marked is the one I will go for, or try to go for at least. So yeah, make sure to kite the blue buff as much as possible to avoid getting hit however much you can, because that's gonna save you a bunch of health and it's very important. Okay. I already get an assist being interesting. I can potentially look for a gank on top lane. I think he just warded, but I think it's possible. So I'll take the E here for that reason, because he is pushed up, so this does make it like easier to do. I'm gonna switch Mark right now, right before we get in there. There we go. Good. The way your mark works like that, you have to switch before combo, before you go into combat with him. And then the moment you are in combat with him, basically the mark applies after 8 seconds. So you just have to count down from 8, and then from that point onwards you can get the mark. So you kind of have to stall the kill a little bit and don't just insta-kill him. I got unlucky on the mark here. That's quite unfortunate. I'm gonna smite it to get rid of the shield, but I'm not gonna get mark off scuttle here, sadly. I mean, I could technically check, because the highest... There, exactly. Can I help him? He just flashed, so like I can probably just kite him out with red buff here. I did a poor Q dash there. Okay, I think this works. I'm gonna quickly try to push the wave in. And then we're going to go for bot mark since we just poked the Garen out. The reason I actually kind of rethought my process on that and I was actually able to get the mark is because most people in this ELO start bot side and clear up. And I didn't expect the Garen to instantly run down for the mark there. So I actually had a chance. Alright, so I'll always switch back to the jungler if I can, because he's the most likely person I'm going to run into when it comes to the marks. Now, something else you should know is... I'm just going to do the gank first and I'll explain the mark system a little bit better. I could have also marked bot lane in this situation here. Gonna go for the Ezreal here. Alright, Ezreal's all the way in the corner, so I'm just gonna focus the Jenna for now. Ah, I got minion blocked. That is very sad. But yeah, the enemy bot lane was just pushed in, so that's just a free gank right there. Gonna help this guy push this wave out really fast. In that situation, I could have actually marked bot lane, but also marking bot lane there. I mean, I guess I could have held the mark, which would have probably been slightly more optimal. But yeah. Alright, so the mark system. You have to know that if you have 0 marks, you're always gonna get the mark on scuttle. Literally always. I'm gonna sell the potion for boots here, actually. So every time you have 0 marks, it's always going to be on scuttle. Then 1 to 3 marks is going to be either scuttle, raptors, or gromp. So as you can see, I have 2 marks right now, and his gromp is marked. He will kill this, and then it will move on to either the next scuttle or the raptors. So yeah, and then from 4 to 7 it's Krugs, blue, red, or wolves in his jungle. And then from 8 plus it's the objectives, the main ones like dragon, rift herald, stuff like that. So as long as you know that, you can predict all the marks basically. So as soon as this mark disappears, we'll be able to tell where the next mark's basically going to be, like instantly. Because the highest chance, if he kills his Gromp in time here and doesn't leave it up, the highest chance it's gonna probably spawn on the next Scuttle Crab. If this stays on the map for a very long time, it could also go to his like Raptors in the next situation. If I do clear Scuttle before that happens, I need to smite. Make sure to not be on 2 stacks too long. Alright, so he killed the Gromp as you saw. Scuttle is the one spawning, so it's either gonna be the next mark's gonna go to his Raptors if they're up right now, which I actually think are going to be down because I'm predicting him to just clear. So I'm actually thinking that the next mark's probably gonna be on the Scuttle here. Now we see the bot lane situation, and this time I'm actually going to mark the Jenna because I know she doesn't have flash. Gonna do it at a time where you can actually think you can pull it off still. I think I did it a little too early. That's worth it. Hopefully I'm not dead. That's slightly my bad. I committed a little too hard for my single mark there. Probably not that great. I actually thought I was going to get away with that one. But yeah, still got the mark, so I guess it's somewhat okay. Alright, so he's top lane right now. So I assume... Actually, I just got 3 marks. I'm still on 3 marks, never mind. So I assume the next one is going to be this Scuttle any second now, really. Atris got some kills there, that's good. Scuttle is up. I have 3 marks right now, so... Next mark that I'm going to get is most likely going to get this Scuttle. I'll just start the dragon since I just saw the enemy jungler top lane. He might be taking my blue. As you see, the Scuttle just got marked. That might be a very greedy smite, by the way, but I just didn't want to leave on 2 charges, and I didn't think I was going to get contested here. Probably smarter to just hold it. I also wanted to have smite up for the potential Scuttle that I need to take here. But as you see on that mark system now, just based off all that information, I know that it's going to be on the Scuttle. And now I hit 4 marks, so at this stage it's going to be Krugs, the buff camps, or the wolves. All this information is very crucial to know. This helps you a lot if you can understand this system, because that will tell you where to go, basically. Yeah, he did my blue, I figured as much. Not a big deal. Right, let me just smite that so I can get the smite quest completed. I have red buff slow, so I can probably just get him. I did get the slow on him. It's good. Wasn't really able to switch my mark off. I need at least the assist on this guy. This guy is insane for actually playing away from me like that. Now, he didn't want to trust me on the ult, I guess. I was gonna wait until I saw the Garen ult animation and then it just ult the guy, but yeah. Did you see the next mark just spawned on the blue? He lost like most of his HP, that's fine. I'm gonna assist ping 1 time, see if my team would follow this. There's a control ward there, but my bot lane has priority, so I'm gonna ping my support to move up with me here. Okay, just gonna mark somebody here. Stand like right here. Gonna hunt for the Garen, not the camp. I know he doesn't have ult, so I don't have to worry about that. Let's just poke the Garen away and then we finish off the camp here. Get the mark off it. As soon as you have the option to play aggressive like this, because bot lane advantage and stuff like that, you really need to do it. Alright, so now we're on 6 marks at the moment. So we're between 4 and 7, which means that it's either gonna be his Krugs, his Wolves, or his red buff. Now, I would assume that both red and Krugs are at least up. Wolves might be down. So it's either one of those two is what it's gonna be. It's gonna be his Krugs or his red, I would assume. This is just based on knowledge of like assuming what's up / knowing what's up. So a very good chance for me right now is just to clear towards topside, probably kill the Mundo since I do have him marked, and then go for like his Krugs. Yep, there it is. The Krugs are just spawned. I can probably kill this guy. I have red smite and everything, so... Yep, good. 7 marks. There's a high chance since he came from that direction that he killed his Krugs. Going for his Krugs right now is a little too risky, I think. So that's something I have to think about. Yeah. Oh, there's a Jenna here. I messed up, definitely. I actually... I guess I couldn't have really made a difference there. I should have just walked away faster. I was being greedy. Against that team, I'm just gonna get ninjas. You can also go for the attack speed boots if you want, but I prefer the defensive boots, generally speaking. So yeah. Let's talk a little bit about Kindred's build. So, wait, I'm gonna mark that guy. So let's talk about her build. Now, generally, into most matchups, or into most games, Kraken Slayer is a very viable option. If the enemy team is mainly squishy, you can also opt to go for Gale Force if you want to. This is going to give you more burst and an extra dash, which can be helpful. Yeah, so Kraken Slayer most of the time, especially if you're playing into some more tanky stuff like this. And you can get your tier 2 boots, which I prefer to be defensive, either mercs or ninjas. From that point on, you want to get an attack speed item, which can be one of 3. So you can go for Phantom Dancer, you can go for the Mortal Reminder, which is the Grievous Wounds if you need healing reduction. Or you can opt for the Rapid Fire Cannon if you feel like you need some extra range. So those are your options. The default choice would be Phantom Dancer, because it's overall the better one. But if you really feel like you need the healing reduction and Mortal Reminder, and if you feel like you need the range, then you can go for the Rapid Fire Cannon as well. So that's really something you have to keep in mind. It's between that. And yeah. Now, after that, you can do one of 2 things. You can go either for Lord Dominic's, or you can opt to go for Infinity Edge. This will depend again on the situation. So if you are against a tanky team like this, it is probably better to go for Lord Dominic's after the attack speed item completion. And in the other situations, if you're more squishy type of enemy team, then it's better to go for the Infinity Edge instead. I should be able to finish this dragon, no problem. And then I'm just gonna hunt this guy down. I have a lot of range already. Auto attack moving on this champion is very important. There you go. Good. A lot of range. Now after that, you can do a bunch of things. You can go like Guardian Angel for defensiveness. You can still build a Lord Dominic's. There are plenty of options at that point, and it's just going to be more situational. But that's mostly like the most important part of the build, is that setup right there. I'll move towards him to help here. Okay, good. Now, as you see, I'm 8+ marks now, which means that it's only going to be Dragons, Rift Heralds, or Barons. Now, Rift Herald's still up, so I can easily take the Rift Herald right here and get my 9th mark, basically. But there's no longer going to be any marks in his jungle, so I don't really have to worry about that too much. I still want to be counter-jungling him, but I don't want to worry too much about the other things. Alright, so Garen is my next mark. I can see if he walks down here randomly. I think he might. If he walks up the farm, that's also fine. I'm gonna check this bush. See if Garen's here. Oh, Jenna's here as well. I think I might be dead. That's risky, Jenna. I have a lot of range, so that is never gonna work out for her. I'm just gonna have to auto attack move here. I'm probably not gonna catch this guy, even though I'm gonna try. God damn it. I'm gonna auto attack move to see if I can still find the Garen somewhere. I should be strong enough for this. I'm also gonna red smite him to reduce his damage output. Right, good. And at this point in the game, I got to the stage where I'm much stronger than the enemy jungler. So if you get to this stage, you always want to live in his jungle, not your own. So take his camps, not your own, etc. It's never good if you're in this situation to go for your own camps anymore. Now against this team, I feel like just Phantom Dancer is going to be good. So Phantom Dancer is the one I'm going to opt for here. So yeah, you can go Mortal Reminder, but I don't really need the healing reduction here as much. So it's not going to be that important. I don't need the extra range either because they're mostly like melee champions. So just Phantom Dancer is the one I'm going to go with. Now from here on out against that team, I would most likely go for Lord Dominik's next item because they're quite tanky. They're going to build quite resistance heavy items. So the Lord Dominik's is going to help a bunch there. And from there on out, I can build like Infinity Edge Bloodthirster is something I would probably opt for here. Maybe Infinity Edge into like a another lifesteal item is what I would do. But yeah, that's really it for Kindred. If you guys have enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit the thumbs up button below. Helps me out quite a bit. If you'd like to see more videos from me in the future, hit the subscribe button as well. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.